if you do something, just fall in love with it. Be committed to that, and dreams always come true. So don't give up.
Welcome to On the Rise Podcast, Episode 8, the show where we have eye opening discussions with the people that are leaving their mark on the world. Today, we're joined by Rahim Shah. He scaled Khyber Exchange, a money transfer app that got recently acquired for $700,000 by a NASDAQ company. Rahim Shah, could you give me a bird's eye view of the business you used to own?
All right. So basically, I've started Khyber Exchange in the United Kingdom back in 2009. And that was to provide money service businesses to the immigrants who lives here in the United Kingdom and those who sends money to their loved ones back home. So we had quite a lot of large population of Pakistani, Indian, and Afghans origin who lives here, work here, and then obviously send money on regular basis to their families back home. So I was providing them money exchange and then obviously money transfer services from here, from the United Kingdom to the countries, to the Asian countries. So yes, I was doing that business, and then obviously back in 2013, then I expanded the business to Europe. So I started the same business from European countries such as Italy, Germany, France, Belgium, and also then I started online platform for the customers who can register themselves online on our platform and then use our service to sending money to their loved ones back home. So then after the Brexit, we basically we lost the rights to work from the European countries, and then we just got limited to the United Kingdom, and then at that time I just thought to uh, you know to get another license in the European countries, or to basically get rid of it, just to sell the business. So I've got the client uh, from America, the United States. It's a group that they are Nasdaq listed entity they have, and they wanted to acquire the business. So we started the conversation, and eventually we just sold the business to them. And right now, I myself, I work with them as a consultant. Obviously, they are not familiar with the money service business, so I'm giving them consultation in regards to how can they expand the money service business and to upgrade the license even to the electronic money institution, like to provide digital banking and all that. So yes, that's what I done in my past.
Awesome. So you're just so you're guiding the new company to basically take over like the training and everything for the employees. So that's being handled by you.
Yes, I give them training, and obviously when they have any issues, so I help them. Even I help them with the IT solutions, because obviously this business is based on, the main tool in the business is the IT technology. So I also look into that side, like I'm always engaged with the IT developers to do the new developments, and obviously new partners coming into the business. So we have to do the system integrations and all that. So yes, I'm looking at everything in the company right now.
And was like so you're mentioning like Brexit and you lost the rights to sell to your customers in Europe. Was that like the tipping point to where you like realized, yeah, I should just like sell this business and like cut my losses here?
Yes, because back in the days we had the rights to conduct a business from anywhere in the European community, like all European countries, even Czech Republic and all that. Uh, but then when we lost this rights, and then the local regulators asked us to re-register, the business within the European community, which was a big challenge for us to do that. And then obviously, uh, I just wanted to. I've got a good client that they wanted to acquire the business. So I said, okay, I just give it a go, sell the business, and start redoing something else. Then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious because it seems like so you started off the money transfer without like an online platform. How did you start off without the online platform? Like how did that, how did that work
Well,
basically?
I started the business in the initial days. We were working as an agent with one of the money service business provider. We were using their platform, and then obviously I thought that if I do this business and if I wanted to expand the business, we should have our own platform. And then I started to have our own IT team back home. Like I've created like a team of IT individuals, and they started from the very scratch to build up our platform. And I was instructed them how to build up, the platform for the money service business. And it took like 3 to 4 years, but eventually then we built the platform for our own self, and now it's like Khyber Exchange have their own, like we are not using somebody else's platform but our own platform that we have.
Why do you think it's so important to have your own platform to scale?
Well, as I said, this business, the main tool in this business is a platform. If you don't have a platform for 1 minute, your business will be just stuck. You can't run the business without the platform. You have to basically to do partners with any with a lot of other payment institutions worldwide, and obviously they're using the platform, so you have to integrate yours one with them to acquire their services or to give them the services. So for that reason, you should have your own platform, your own IT guys 24/7. If there is anything goes wrong, so you have to fix it, because if you provide 24/7 service to your consumers, then you have to have a backup for that. If there's anything goes wrong in the system or with the server or with your app or anything, so you have to have people in place who can fix it there and then. So that's why you have to have your own. If you're using somebody else's platform, sometimes they give you service Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, and then the rest of hours, if anything goes wrong, you are just stuck. So that's why.
I guess you also lose control as
Exactly.
well. So if you have like any more, I guess if you want to innovate the platform a bit more, you can't do that because obviously you don't
And
own
another
it.
thing
So you
is
can't implement any new
the
ideas.
privacy of your business. That's
Okay.
very important. Like if you're using any other platform, so basically, what they do is they provide the same platform to other companies as well. So then they know your strength. They know how, what is your main, corridor where you're sending the money, what is your revenue
Right.
streams and all that. So those are the secret that, if you have your own platform, you keep that secret with you. You don't disclose it to anybody else's. Yeah.
Right, yeah, we there's something similar in our industry where it's like so you can buy
Right.
leads, which is like contacts, people that you can contact that may be interested in your
Yes.
service, and you can actually buy leads, but the problem is that other agencies also have access to the same leads.
Yes.
So they may have already been contacted by those guys. So there's always a bit of like a balance you got to
Well,
do. I see
yeah,
that.
that's
Awesome.
very important. I mean, the business secret, if you don't have that, then obviously,
I
Hmm.
understand this.
And Rahim, like, what is next for you? I know you're currently like a consultant, but would you like to grow another finance company or like go into a new industry?
Well, I'm gonna stay in the same industry, but more into the technology side, like to the fintech. Like as I said, that I've made this platform for Khyber Exchange, and I have an IT team back home. So there is another product, like as I said, EMI. EMI is like a digital banking. So I'm in the process to basically to build up a platform for digital banking, and then to provide these services to the EMIs throughout the world. Like yes, like the EMI electronic money institutions are everywhere in the world now. Like in Canada, America, Australia, everywhere. So there is a big demand for this sort of platform. So I'm in the process of that to build up the platform for EMI companies.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. That's interesting.
In the beginning of your business, like what were some struggles that you had, and basically how did you make your first like $10,000 per month in like recurring revenue?
Well, in the beginning, to be honest with you, because when I stepped into this business, I didn't know nothing about it because my initially I was doing travel, travel and tourism. I was in travel and tourism industry. So I quit travel and tourism industry and then I stepped into the money service business. So I didn't know anything about it, to be honest. And I used to keep asking my competitors to show me, like, how they convert money and how they send it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was telling me anything, like, but then slowly and gradually I learn it. I had some bad experiences. I lost some money, but uh, because I had this dream and I wanted to be in the industry, so slowly and gradually, I just reached there. I uh, In the United Kingdom, there are so many Asian background company in the money service business. So if I tell you I'm not one of the top, but I am there. I th- those companies are quite old, like 20 years, 30 years old companies. But Khyber Exchange is well known now everywhere in the European community. Like if you go to Italy and ask for Khyber Exchange, everybody knows it. If you go to Germany or France or United Kingdom, so the name is everywhere now.
Awesome. That's awesome. Like, I love how the idea came about. I guess it was like one of your own problems you were having, sending money, back to loved ones. So, it's awesome that you solved that problem and also, made something big out of it.
Yes, and then when I started the online platform, and now my customer, they're even more happy because back in the days they used to come to our office to send money, or they used to go to our agent office, to send money to their loved ones. But now they can send it from their home using their mobile phone or desktop or whatever. Go online and just send it within 5 minutes.
Right. I've heard like development teams can get quite expensive. Like, how much did you have to pay to basically have the entire platform created?
Well, obviously, developers are not cheap. They're expensive. Uh,
Yeah.
but it depends. If you hire developers in America or United Kingdom or Europe, they are quite expensive. But if you hire them in India or Pakistan or Bangladesh or those countries, so it worked out cheap. So I hired my developers in Pakistan. They are well capable of everything. They knows everything, and yes, I spent some money. I can't say how much I spent on it, but
Yeah, of
it was
course.
much better than here. It was not possible for me to hire developers in Europe or America.
Ah, okay. And how did
And
you
most of the
like?
companies, the secret is that most of the businesses they hire their developers from Asian countries.
Mhm.
I completely agree. It's the importance of outsourcing
Exactly.
like talent from around the
Yes.
world, especially nowadays in the modern age. Like, it's easy to do. It's not that
Yes.
difficult to like employ someone
Absolutely. Even
remotely.
we still using the back office is in Pakistan, and uh, although we give them better salaries and better wages than the local market in Pakistan, they work with us Monday to Friday from 9 to 5, and we use in our voice or IP telephone system. So they receive all the calls, they make in calls. So that's another thing. Like if you keep, let's say, 10 people, 10 employees in United Kingdom. So each employee, the average cost is, let's say, £35,000 per annum, which is quite a lot. So that's the minimum. But in Pakistan, if you keep those employees, so it costs you, like, let's say, £5,000 per annum. So 35 and 5, there's a big difference in it.
Yeah,
So that's another, yeah.
completely agree. Completely agree. Completely agree. And just to finish it off, what was the reason for starting your business, and how are you able to keep going? Like, what was the mindset you had?
Well, when I started, because from the very beginning, I was in the service industry, right? So the service-based industry, I was in a travel and tourism, and then when I moved into the money service business, so that this was also, it's like we provide services to our customers. So I had a dream of, like, because I was looking at Western Union, MoneyGram, and those companies, and I was looking at their structure and their model of business. So I wanted to adopt the very same and to do whatever they do, like. So that was my dream, and that's why I built up my own platform. That's why I had a back office in Pakistan. So, and I wanted to expand, like, to European countries, and then obviously from Europe, another corridor that I was starting, that was Canada. Like, I went to Canada, I registered my entity in Canada, but then when I sold the company, I just stopped it. So I closed that entity as well. So I wanted to expand. I wanted to expand to everywhere.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, if we can, yeah, I can squeeze one more question in here. Like
Go
to
for
to
it.
achieve that like dream, right? To get this like large finance company, you had to get like all these clients, right? And like what set you apart from like the competition? Was your offer like better? Did you have like lower fees? Were your systems good? Like why did clients prefer to work with you?
Yes, absolutely. There's the main thing is that big companies, their expenses are big too. Like, like, let's say Western Union or MoneyGram, they don't work for less revenue. If there is less revenue in the transaction, they will not do it
Mm-hmm.
because their expenses are a lot. They pay a lot of expenses to the employees and to the system and to the platform and all that. Where my company was a small, so I didn't have a lot of expenses. So I was working for less revenue than them. Like, I was competing with them. Like, if they were sending money to Pakistan and charging fee like £5 for transactions, so I didn't charge anything from the customers. I just kept like a margin in the FX, in the exchange rate. So
Uh-huh.
I was working for a little margin. So that's why I was grabbing more customers from them in Europe and also in the United Kingdom.
Okay, so it just came down to your pricing and your fees. To, okay, I see.
And I'm curious. So when your revenue did increase, and I guess your costs increased, did you did you remain with the same amount of fees, or did that have to increase like proportionally
Well,
as well?
when
And if it
my
did, like how did that affect your
well my
client
my
base?
strategy was, when my revenue increased, I basically spend that money to expand the business rather than to increase the revenue or to increase the fees and all that. So I, like, for example, I went to Canada, I registered my company over there, so that was another step to start from Canada. So obviously that was the money that I made here in the United Kingdom. I had the revenue from the company, so I wanted to spend it there and to start it from there. So that's how I done it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So reinvesting,
Reinvest.
basically any increased revenue would be reinvested to make the service better and like basically
Exactly,
bigger.
bigger. Yes,
Awesome. That's super
yes.
smart.
That's how you get bigger.
Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you coming out here
My
today.
pleasure.
Is there anything that you would like to share to the audience listening?
First of all, thank you very much that you guys have you contacted me and we talked. So thank you very much. And my message to my audience is that keep insist. Yeah.
Great
Awesome.
message.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very much,
Rahim.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Rahim. So
very
that's
much.
it for
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you.
All
Great.
right. See
Thank
ya.
you.
See
Cheers.
ya.
See you. Bye
Thank you
bye.
for your
Bye.
time. See ya.
See you.
Bye.